Welcome to Phil Talks Tech. Today I'm going to do some bed leveling, bed tramming. There's a bit of discussion on what it should be called. I prefer tramming because we're not really leveling much of anything. What we're going to do is make sure that the gantry is parallel to the heat bed on this end of 30V2. Okay, so I'm going to tram the bed to start with, so I'm making sure that it's level on all the corners. Then we'll run a bed mesh, and I'll show you on the screen what that looks like, and then I'll print a bed test pattern. I'm running Mr. Professional firmware on this, so I'll just show you the version. So I'll go back, sorry. It's an Ender 3V2 with a 4.2.7 board with a BL Touch firmware. The firmware version is 2.1.0.1, that's a Misrock. You may be running different firmware, so your menu options may be in different places. Pretty much should all be in there. If not, you may want to look at upgrading your firmware. So I'll go back now into prepare. I'll just make sure I'm preheating because I've got to make sure the nozzle is hot. Some people say you can do it hot and cold, but one thing I want to make sure is that there's no dried filament on the nozzle because that'll upset our tramming altogether. That's good. So I'm going to go to bed tramming in this firmware. Right, now I'm going to do it manual tramming just to show you. There's a tramming wizard as well. Now I'm going to go to the front left, trusty sheet of A4 paper. Oh, it's going to do it home first, so we won't do that. So we're going to the front left. I'll just slide the paper under. Okay, now that's hard to drag. It's just too hard, so I'm going to, just too much. So I'm going to come down a little bit till I can drag it smoothly but still feel it. I just need to move the wheel and it's just dragging on the paper now. And I've got to remember that drag because that's what I want on each corner. Now I'll move to the front right. Got a piece of paper in ready. Okay, and that's tight as well. To remember how much drag I had before. There we are. I reckon that's pretty good. That's pretty much the same as the other one. Now I'm going to go to back right. I'm going to adjust this one now. There we go, that's good. Now I'm going to back left. Oh, and that's perfect. I don't need to move that one. Now I can go to centre. Now the centre's going to be a bit awkward. So you can't really adjust the centre, you can only adjust the four corners, which affects the centre. So you're best to get your four corners perfect and allow the ABL, the BL Touch, CR Touch to compensate for that. So my bed is extremely flat. I've spent a lot of time getting it nice and level and flat. But what I'm going to have to do, just to demonstrate what automatic bed leveling does, what the ABL does, I'm going to introduce a lump in the bed with a bit of foil under the magnetic sheet. I'm going to go to auto build mesh. Okay, so now the printer will home. Okay, so it's going to home and now it's going to do it at 20. I've got it set for a 25-point bed level, which is probably more than enough. Well and truly more than enough, but better safe than sorry. Now, I can't say too much. If you get a BL Touch, a CR Touch, a 3D Touch, or any ABL, they're not going to level your bed. They don't physically move your bed at all. What they do is they adjust your Z axis. It'll move the gantry up and down where there's a lump or a hollow. So the head stays exactly the same distance from the build plate all the time. What it's actually doing is maintaining the nozzle distance from the bed accurately. So it moves the nozzle up and down as it waves or dips in the bed. Yeah, this is like a perfect bed level test. Good adhesion, good layer heights, stuck everywhere. Another mesh. more bed level. So what will happen now is it should take that much, that the bed should come back to what it should be instead of that thickness taken out of it. I hope you find that helpful. So if you have any questions, please leave a message in the comments below, and I'll answer all the comments. So I always love to hear from you. I'm Phil, and this is Phil Talks Tech.